City Jazz Sessions is about great music, arts, and entertainment. We are located in St. Louis, Missouri, and available to performance art lovers worldwide. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. You can email us at cityjazzsessions@gmail.com.
All right. Hey, everybody, St. Louis and the world. I'm very honored tonight to be here with two special people very close to my heart and brilliant artists in all the sense of the words with the whole musical family. I'm going to let them get into all of that a little bit later. But, you know, I have to first introduce the master, Mr. Oliver Lake, who's one of the who is, I believe, the founding member, one of the founding member of BAG, Black Artists Group. When I was a kid in St. Louis, I used to hang out and see all these cats making all this crazy music and all this wonderful literature and art and radical people talking about changing the world through the music. And his son, who is one of the greatest drummers and producers uh, who also he took a few lessons with me. I know it didn't do too much make a dent, but I'm not sure. But he's a bad mamma jamma. G Lake and his father Oliver Lake, man, we are so blessed to have you here on this show, and I'm so excited that you agreed to do it. You know, we're going to talk about some history and some future and the present, as well as like family and things like that. Before we get started, I need to introduce my co-host, Laker Hewitt, who is a incredible songstress, uh, beautiful, powerful black sister. She'll be in New
Thank you,
York soon
Ronnie.
too. I'm gonna give her a plug, so I'm gonna come and sit in on her gig, and
Yes.
then and we're gonna acknowledge our producer, Mr. Warren Harper here, and we got Leon Davis, our other producer and tech person. And this is City Jazz Sessions. And without further ado, I'm going to let Laker say hello and see if she wants to pull up a couple of questions before I delve into.
Yeah, I think hello everybody. I'm so excited to talk to you today. Ronnie has talked you guys up so much, so I'm really interested in the Black Artist group. Is it a Black Artist group that you Ronnie has been telling me about this show after show with different people that we've had on. So I would love to hear more about your involvement with that. But yeah, Ronnie, wherever you want to start, I'm here to you know, I'll pop in whenever I can.
Okay,
Well,
let's start with that. So, Oliver, come
Okay.
on.
the Black Artist Group, or known as BAG, started around 1968 with a group of musicians who used to have jam sessions all the time in St. Louis, and we decided to form our own group after I made a trip to Chicago and met Richard Abrams and the AACM, Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians, and asked about becoming a branch of the AACM in St. Louis. And when I got back, I met with Julius Hemphill and Julie Rutland and Charles Bobo Shaw and other players who lived, and Hammond Blue and other players who lived in St. Louis who had been doing jam sessions all the time, and said, should we be a would we become a part of the AACM? And Julius Hemphill said, let's start our own group. And that's what we ended up doing because we were involved with dancers, poets, musicians, and actors. So we started that group. It consisted of more than 50 artists with the various um, disciplines that we were dealing with. And it's been historic period at that particular time.
Absolutely.
So how
Absolutely.
often did you meet? You know, what did you do performances together? Tell me a bit about what did it look like?
Well, we were very fortunate that we were able to get in the first year that we organized, we were able to get our own building and got funding for classes that we did with students in the neighborhood and across and we presented ourselves on a weekly basis. Either one week I might be preparing music for the big band. The next week I might be writing music for a theater piece that we were doing. The next week, accompanying poets or playing with the African drummers that we had, and or writing music for dance. And we did these performances on a weekly basis, and was very successful at the time that it was going on.
I
Hmm.
think I heard that. Wasn't there a documentary, Ronnie?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes, there's
Yeah.
been a book written by Ben Looker about the Black Artist Group, and there's a film documentary about the group as well, which happened
Right.
about two
Yeah.
years ago.
Right. Now you speaking about African drummers. Did you hear from Marchand? Because I gave him your number. We finally reconnected after a few years.
No, I
I
didn't
actually
hear
told
from him. I
you ain't hear
haven't
from
heard
him
from him.
yet.
I'd love to hear from him.
Yeah, he's gonna call you. We just talked last night. Actually, he's back in Florida. He's doing this. He's been doing the Disney stuff, but he's going back and forth to Senegal, and
Oh,
he's got different projects with Akon and everything like that. But he's planning on talking to you because I'll talk to you more about it too. But I have a project to premiere here in St. Louis in September, which I'd like you to be a part of as well. But we'll talk about that after the show because I'm not ready to expose it to the world yet. Although it's part of the South Arts grant that I got. So
oh, great.
yeah. So let me segue a little bit to your offspring, Gene. Who
Mm.
Gene, just tell us a little bit about the people that you've been playing with and all of the tours and things that you've been doing and what you got coming up.
Wow. Well, actually, well, I want to say for maybe 20 years now, I've been playing with David Sanborn, right, who's
Right,
from
right.
St. Louis, doing that. Of course, Misha Cello was doing that for about 10, 12 years.
Yeah,
And then Thread Girl in the early 90s, doing that.
right.
Steve Coleman as well. I was kind of doing these three gigs all at the same time in the early 90s, which was
Right,
good,
right.
which is cool.
Yeah.
And then in the midst of all that, putting out a project here and there, putting out a CD, the link that I sent you was the latest one I did with this young sax player from Germany, this guy named Jan Prax who could play. And
Okay.
I just sent you a promotional link. But other than that,
Right. It's running in our streaming right now, so folks
okay,
can
okay.
grab it. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, so keeping busy,
Yeah.
teaching, traveling a little bit here and there, you know,
Yeah.
things are starting to
Yeah.
turn back on a little bit. So that's pretty much what's happening, you know.
Yeah. Talk about
Yeah.
that real quick. How did it affect you? Because I know for me, I had my latest record. Uh, it had got a Grammy nomination, right? But I had almost a full summer back in Europe. But
Mm,
as a band leader, I hadn't taken a band in like 16 years or something like that. So I
hmm.
lost all of that in like almost a whole year of work. Thank God I had my teaching gigs and some other ways that I was able to sustain myself musically through my nonprofit. I'm always doing things in Brownsville and other communities, and I create musical forms where I could get paid and pay some other folks. But anyway, it was rough, so
Right,
it just started coming back this summer. For me in terms of traveling, I was able to go over to Europe, but I always try to ask everybody gauge because some folks, it didn't affect them at all. It's
right.
like I know we had Russell Gunn on the show, and he works with Marcus Miller. So
Hmm.
Marcus, Marcus, it
Excuse
didn't
me.
really affect him that much, because he's
Right.
booked all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
it was. I mean, it's kind of the same for me. I've been doing. I was teaching during the pandemic, doing that online deal, which was, you know, I was just speaking with somebody about that. Where it was tough. It's not
yeah,
really, especially trying to do it like an ensemble, you know,
yeah,
online.
oh
But
yeah,
we got through it. This
yeah,
year is,
yeah,
is back to dealing with the students face to face. So that was that
right,
was cool. But yeah, no, we all had to, you had to mix it up, right? Had to
yeah,
mix it up
yeah.
and do some other things. I mean, the live things started to come back towards the end of the summer. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, other than that, I'm like yourself. I'm mixing up various projects.
yeah.
Do some gigs. I'll do a gig with Sanborn here and there. I'm not working with him so
Right,
much. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, same deal.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
teaching over at the new
And
school. And,
I might mention on Gene's latest project, the album, the CD cover is painted by me. I'm doing a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
okay.
digital art now.
Yeah.
I was trying to hold all of that great work you did for a minute because I want to bring it up. But now that you open up, yes, Master Lake is an amazing artist. And you work in multimedia, right? You do different types of things with textures as well as
Yeah, a lot of
paints
mixed
and things
media,
like
a
that.
lot of mixed media, a lot of
Yeah,
found objects, and
right. Yeah, man, I love your
Yeah.
work. You got to get me some. You got to make me some of them shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real, for real. You got it
Yeah.
here. You can show up. You can hang up. You can show us, Oliver.
sure, sure do.
Okay. And while you're doing that, uh, Gene, tell us
Yeah.
about the wonderful talented Lake family because I know your sister Kim got skills. Y'all, all y'all got skills. Tell us, and and now
Yeah.
it's some grandkids I don't even know yet that I
Uh-oh.
know are
Yeah.
boss. Because
They play a little bit.
uh huh. Okay.
Yeah,
So
they play a little bit. But to
tell
go
us
back
what's
to the
happening.
art that my father was talking about, because I actually used one of his paintings on my latest solo released about 2 years ago, and then
Right.
also on this latest one. And actually, I
Okay.
wanted to kind of have that as a theme of actually putting his art on my, just have that be like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
hallmark of
Yeah.
my work,
Absolutely.
be like a marker, where I'm using his art. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's that's definitely big with me. Yeah, no, the Kim's doing her thing. She's all over the place. She's making jewelry. She sings. She's
Yeah.
real, real true bohemian. She's
Absolutely.
doing it all, mixing it
Yeah.
up. You know.
Yeah, I have to get back in touch with my sister. I haven't talked to her in a while. We used to keep in touch with each other more often on Facebook, but I'm never on Facebook again, only basically to do this
Right.
or to
Right.
post some things, because it gets toxic sometimes. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, see that's what I'm talking about.
So Dad, you gotta tell them where you're getting these carton shoes from.
Well,
Yeah.
these are actually inserts, cardboard inserts that are come when you buy a pair of shoes. Basically, I go to Skechers and get these inserts from them, and then decorate them and paint them, and then sell them at art shows
Oh
or
man,
online.
that's dope. That's dope. Yeah.
I got one more.
Yeah, look at that. Hold it straight up. The other. Yeah, look at that. Look at that, Laker. Look at that. Look at that. That's some
Yeah,
bad stuff
Ronnie, you
right
want
there,
me to
man.
pull up his website because there's art on there too.
Yeah, there's art. I
Yeah,
have them on my
yeah,
website.
that's what I would love to do. That's what I'm hoping to do that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of my I've been privileged to play with Oliver, to produce a little bit of music for the Great World Saxophone Quartet that he was another founding member of. And man, I'm just like looking forward to any types of other projects that we could do together because I miss that period was so creative for me, especially all of the work I did with Hemp Hill and Blew It,
Hmm.
this the one of the things I like to do while to pull in, to this particular podcast is just to expose folks to all of the genius that actually, launched some of the things that I do is just being around you guys growing up and having the opportunities, So it's very important to me that um, I can expose the world to other people who are not actually that are familiar with everything that we all do through this type of form. Look at that; those are bad, man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the Black Artist Group was a school, and it was a school for me as well. Even though I was
Mm-hmm.
teaching there, but I was learning as well. And the fact
Right.
that we had the visual art going with dance, theater, and the music,
Mm-hmm.
and then I incorporated that in my career from the time I left St. Louis in 1972. I left St. Louis and moved to Paris for stay there for 2 years, and then moved to New
Mm-hmm.
York in 1974, and used the lesson that I learned in St. Louis about self-production and
Mm-hmm.
applied that when I got to New York and began to have some success. But it was only after I applied myself using the lesson that I had learned in the Black Artist Group of
Exactly.
self-production and being in control of
Right.
our own destinies.
Right. Right. Exactly. And I'm assuming that must be where I got it from because that's all I've been doing. My 10 years of Penn State, I had to create everything going on for me,
Got to
man.
make it
You know,
happen.
and it was really successful for me too. And that's what's happening now. My wife and I, and our nonprofit, and the things that we do, in the various communities. Being back, I'm in St. Louis right now. I don't know if you guys know it, but it's my mom's 80th yesterday, so we had a big celebration.
Oh,
Had
congrats.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
had a couple family members pass. We have funerals this week. It's been a lot of trauma, but at the same time, it's been a lot of beauty and joy. So but while I'm here, I'm trying to set up some other things, get my nonprofits established here, trying to because it's too much violence here. It's too much. And I know when I grew up, I had you guys, I had other folks, I had other elders in all types of realms of the music. I had sports and and all of the crew and the people that I grew up with, we were all pretty much talented and looking for another outlet. There was always violence. We all know St. Louis, but at the same time, we had all of these different outlets. So
Well,
that's my mission in life is to try to change that trajectory for the young folks here because I got grandkids and now I'm a great grandfather. My great
wow.
grandson is 3, so
Wow. Wow.
trying to stay trying to stay more involved here at home, man, and get some things going off. So
Yeah, the music saved our lives.
yeah, absolutely, and that's what I've
Mhm.
been trying to say. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're doing like that kind of outreach kind of deal in St. Louis right now, or these kind
Yes.
of music programs for kids or teenagers?
Yeah, I'm trying to get those jumped off. Right now, it's just small little things, little pockets here and there in different communities, working with folks, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Well,
So
let
I'm
me
And
sure
know.
you're
nine
in
again.
touch with George Sams on that scope, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I got to get more in touch with George Sounds. Yeah, but like you said, some of the things that the way I've just been I have a vision and I go for it. I find outside funding and I make it work. So I'm kind of self uh producing at this point. You know.
Yeah, well, that's exactly the lesson that Bag taught me and taught
Yeah.
other artists who came through Bag. So it was
Right.
important for
Right.
that. Even though
Yeah.
Bag only lasted about 3.5 years, historically, it
Right.
was one of the most important groups in the St. Louis area in the
Yeah,
arts.
absolutely. 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 Julius used to introduce me as the youngest member of band back when I was gonna making record here, but if in New York. Yeah. Hey, G.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
how many? You got children? You got
I
married with
got
children? Because I
two
saw some
boys.
pictures. Yeah,
Yeah.
they look just like you. Are they playing?
A little bit. The oldest he plays little drums, and the youngest as well. But takes more to my youngest takes he's 19 now. He takes more to the tenor, so he does that a little bit.
Wait a minute.
Just,
Hold on.
he's not really
19.
playing a lot, but he
Wait.
plays.
Did you say 19?
19, got 19 and 20, 20,
Has
21
it
year
been
old.
that long? I ain't even seen
Yeah,
it. I can't remember when we saw each other last.
but
I can't even
I
think.
know, right? It's been a minute, man. Yeah,
That's why we
yeah,
got to stop this. We have to stay more in touch, man. It's like
yeah, yeah.
we
I see you
growing
more on
dynasties.
Instagram.
I see. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So,
Instagram. That's how
but
we we can't connect now, right? So
well, you gotta come over, man. Bring your family over. We do some dinner. We got a large backyard in my spot in the middle of Flatbush, believe it or not.
wow,
So
wow.
yeah, you welcome. I just built a little studio.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
we
Wow.
so anytime, man, we got to figure
Okay.
out how to
All
bridge
right.
these gaps because
Yeah.
that's too long. I mean, that's just too long. I'm thinking when I was going, I'm asking you about your children. I'm thinking you're gonna say, oh yeah, they 5, 6, you 19.
No, man. I have one
I
is
didn't have no clue.
about to graduate this year. This last year. His
Wow,
last year as a senior. So
wow,
no.
wow.
Time moves. We all said it, and you all hear it. It goes quick, but it's true. You know,
Yeah, that's true. That's
it's
true.
true. You got
That's
kids?
true.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Man,
I'm sorry. You just said it. I'm sorry.
four,
You got a great
five
grandkid.
grandkids and great
I'm sorry.
grandson. Yeah, my
Yeah,
oldest
that
daughter
nigga.
is 43 here in St. Louis.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
My
yeah, yeah.
oldest daughter is 60.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. There
It'll
you
be my
go.
sister. Yeah, yeah, man.
Man, so
So
tell us some more. Tell us what you got on the agenda.
me,
Any collaborations with anybody? I
no,
know
it's
you were
just
doing a lot with Matt Garrison for a minute.
yeah. I was doing some stuff with Matt. I don't know what he's doing with his space here. What was it called? I can't even remember now. His
Shapeshifter.
shapeshifter here in Brooklyn.
Shapeshifter. Yeah.
I think he may
Yeah.
have moved, but yeah, I was doing various projects with him, doing some stuff with David Gilmour.
Okay.
Actually, we had a trio. The three of us were doing a trio for a second. I also did some stuff with Rudrish Mahapatha, the Indian cat
Oh
playing the
yeah,
alto.
yeah, yeah. Redress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I've been, just keeping it moving, man. Just keeping it moving. I
Yeah.
mean, like I say, the latest link I sent you was the latest project to come out.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay.
And so I'm, busy trying to work that, hopefully trying to build off that, maybe, tour off that in Europe a little bit if things don't get too crazy here. Because, we got a whole round of COVID building up, right now. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so just still working
yeah.
that, and also staying busy. I mean, my thing is to keep working, man, keep moving, keep
Yeah, that's what
putting,
we got to do. Yeah,
nothing else you can
yeah.
do. Hold on a second.
How's Marion? Oliver, how's your beautiful wife? Haven't seen her in forever
Oh,
either.
she's doing great. She had to close her store of she had for 30 years. She closed it in May of this year. So
Okay.
now the store is
Come here,
online. The
Kim.
store the store is called Dim Two Hands.
Oh,
So she's doing great with the online store now.
And what
this is
kind
my
of
little granddaughter, Kiana. That's
All
my
right.
little Kiana there. She's an artist, gonna be a
Okay.
singer, dancer, and an architect.
Okay.
They holler the great Mr. Lake and the beautiful Laker and Jean and the crew. All right, get
um,
out of here.
what kind of
Okay.
store is it that your
It was
wife?
a woman's clothing store,
Oh, okay.
and
Mhm.
she was making most of the clothes that she sold there.
Y'all be
And
careful.
she's online, but she had the store running for 30 years here
Oh,
in
wow.
Montclair, New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, y'all still in Montclair. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so those of you who want to check out the store, go to Dim Two Hands, DEMTWO Hands.
Is it
Mhm.
anyway, does she have a link? I mean a site?
Oh yeah, that'll get you to the site,
Okay,
dim2hands.com.
Laker, can you pull that up so we can show that
yeah.
as well? Yeah. Gene, I gotta get with
Yeah,
you because I know you've been doing a lot of recording out of your crib.
yeah,
Cause yeah, see, I'm
mhm.
just now rehooking up my studio at the crib. So
Right, right.
I want to get with you on. I gotta invite you over sometime soon so you can see how I'm getting it going. I just got
Yeah,
a
man.
focus right about 6 months ago. So
What's that? Is that
um
an audio card or a mic
yeah,
booth?
the interface
Oh,
for
the
the
interface. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good one. Yeah, I've spent
Yeah,
a considerable amount of time making it happen. So yeah, let me know.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely, man. Oh,
I'll
look
tell
at
you.
that. That's wonderful. Yeah, man, I'm gonna need I'm gonna need it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah. Look at that. That's beautiful. So is she doing everything online right now, Oliver?
That's correct. Yeah, because she closed
Okay.
the store in May of this year
Okay. Okay.
because of
Okay. Well,
COVID and because of the pandemic. The business wasn't
right.
as it used to be,
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now it's online.
Excuse me. We had Margaret and Quincy Troop on the last show that I did. Prior to that, I had Keon Harold and Russell Gunn,
Oh,
Kelvin
great!
Bell, Eric Person, quite a few of
All St.
our
Louis,
friends. Yeah,
hometown.
yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta get the list is large, so I gotta get through that first before I start
Right.
dealing with other folks. It's just so
Right.
much talent, you know what I mean? There's so much talent. I got Osby scheduled. I got a bunch of folks scheduled. So
Yeah,
Lyle
I hear
LaFleur.
Osby is painting now as well, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. He did a little short tour with me this summer actually, and showed me some things on his phone. Um, Also, I got Lyle LaFleur coming in. You know, Shirley's daughter.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm kind of trying to get this extended family done, and then we can have part 2 and 3. But I got to get the extended family first because it's so much information there. You know, that just folks just don't know, man. You know,
Right.
you know.
Well, I
Gene.
like to mention something that I have coming up at
Uh-huh.
Dizzy's on February
Oh
4th
yeah.
through the 6th. Trio 3 will be playing there for 3 nights. And
Oh.
that's Reggie Workman, Andrew Sorrell, and myself.
And yeah,
And we
absolutely.
started in 1988. So it's been a
Uh-huh.
long run with that
Oh
cooperative
wow.
group as well.
Yeah, one of my favorite trios. I will be there for sure.
Excuse me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, that's
Mm.
just I don't know what this is. Something got my eye itching. And these ear things, they make my ears itch. And I know I got clean ears, but I don't know what it is. Something about them, they just make my ears itch.
And
Yeah.
also I have a LP and CD coming out on Sonic Liberation Front Records,
Okay.
based out of Philadelphia, and that'll be coming out in early next year.
Beautiful.
That's with
Beautiful.
four voices, tenor saxophone, violin, flute, drums, and bass.
Ooh. Oh,
Consists
you
of
featuring some of your poetry on there too?
that's right. Yeah, I have my poetry on there
Yeah.
as well. Two of my pieces,
Yeah.
and it's called
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Justice. The
Okay.
LP is called Justice, so look out for that.
Yeah, I was happy you came and blessed us when we did the Blue tribute in Newark a few years back. You came
Oh
and
yeah.
blessed us with a wonderful poem, man. I got that somewhere. Actually, I'll send you. I don't know if you did. I send it to you.
I don't know if you
The
did. I don't recall you sending it.
I'll find it and send you the link um,
Okay.
of that because I think yeah we made a tape of that. It's I think it was just the part when you came and did the poetry. So I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was beautiful, beautiful. Gene, what time is
Yeah.
your hit? Who you hitting with?
Like I said, some local guys doing some top 40. I don't even know. This is my first time doing this. I don't even know the club. First time
Oh, that's okay.
doing it. Yeah, and I'm hitting with Kelton Cooper's a guitar player, cat from Jersey.
Okay.
Billy Grant, bass player, who also played in my father's band with Jump Up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I know Billy.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, I think I know Kelton too.
yeah.
Yeah, say
Yeah,
hello to them cats.
I will. Yeah, no, we getting it in. Trying to see what it
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Nothing too heavy.
yeah.
Nothing too heavy.
What time you start?
Well, we're gonna just start at 8 because that's when this ends. They're over there now.
Oh,
Yeah, they've been trying to reach me. I'm trying to block them, but yeah. I mean, I won't start till 8, so yeah,
okay,
it is what it is. Yeah, yeah,
okay, okay, cool.
yeah.
So, Laker, what you got? You got anything?
Yeah, so Oliver, what took you to Paris? You said from St. Louis you went to Paris. What took you over there?
Well, that was right at the time that the Black Artist Group was ending, and I took a group of musicians who were forming the Black Artist Group in Paris, and we felt like the AACM and the Art Ensemble of Chicago had been there prior to us going, and we wanted to follow their footsteps and go there and look for opportunities because we had played around St. Louis and Illinois area for several years and felt like we had extended all of the venues that were available in St. Louis at that time for what we were doing and wanted to expand our market. So we chose Paris and ended up using some of the connections that we got from the Art Ensemble of Chicago. And we ended up getting into some of the major festivals in Europe and which was unusual because a lot of times groups come from New York to go to Europe, but we came from St. Louis and went to Paris, and then moved to New York.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up playing major festivals in Paris and other European cities during that particular time that we were there.
And how was that? How did you like Paris and France?
Oh, it was difficult and it was a lot of fun at the same time too. Well,
Yeah.
Gene was there with. I took my family with me, and Gene was playing with us. I think he was about 6 or 7 years old. Gene, weren't you?
Yeah,
About
yeah,
7.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I was 5. 70. Is it 70? No, 72. Yeah, I was 6.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So Gene was playing on stage with us from various concerts at 6 years old. So he
Yeah.
knew what he
Yeah.
was going to do from a very young age.
Yeah,
Right.
I got a little memory of playing outside. I remember we used to play. What was this place called? That the American Center or something like that.
Yeah, the American Center for Artists and Students.
Yeah, we used to play outdoors, and they, collect money and everything. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was my little memory there. It's still with me. At 6 years old. But yeah, yeah, no,
So,
that
Gene,
was
So
how did you choose percussion? You know, you were surrounded with so many instruments, so much music and arts, and how did you get to percussion?
I don't know. I kind of feel like they chose me. I always say that because I do think that's true. I mean, I started so young. It's kind of like, it was just there for me. You know what I mean? It was just like I remember my first memories beating on pots and pans at 2.
Yeah,
right.
that I
I,
considered
That's
that
what I
his
used to do.
I considered that his pacifier. We
Yeah.
wanted him to be cool. We gave him 2 spoons and a pot.
yeah.
That's
So
that's funny. That's just what my family was talking about last night because that's what my mama said. I used to do pull them
oh yeah,
all out and play with anything I had in my hands.
yeah. You get that bug. You get the next thing you
Yeah.
know. It's funny because Kelton has a little son, little Judah comes over. He's like about 3. Comes to my apartment, same thing. He wants to get on them drums. He got the bug already. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, from there though, I
Yeah.
also play bass. So that's my second instrument, then a keyboard. So you start to develop, other
Yeah.
interests, other ways of getting to the music. So yeah, no, that's what the drums chose me. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We had another a good friend of mine, Rod Echoes, who does this what you call sound healing, sound therapy. We had
mm,
him on the show, and he was talking about, man. I remember we were 5 years old. You said you told he said I told him I want to be a jazz drummer when I grew up.
oh wow, wow,
I
yeah.
said, really? He said, yeah, and that's what you did. I was like,
So you
okay,
already knew. You already knew. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Like you say, that bug, man. Now let
yeah.
me ask you, did y'all? How long? When did you move to Adelphi? Because that's where I used to come over to your crib, right? Y'all was on Adelphi, wasn't you?
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. I'm trying to remember the year because
That was 81. That was 81.
it was 81.
Yeah,
Okay.
fall of 81. I remember.
Yeah.
That's when y'all moved.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
village. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Oh,
had a
you were in the
place in the
village
village.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
Okay.
were we were close to NYU for about 3 or 4 years. We were there, and
Okay.
then moved to
So
Brooklyn for 7 years.
okay, right, right. So Gene, why is it so distinctive? You remember?
I was in high school, man. I had just moved from St. Louis the year prior to go
Ah,
to music and art. That whole fame thing and everything. So no, it
right.
definitely stuck in my
Okay.
mind. Of course, and then moving from the village to Brooklyn, it was a little bit closer to St. Louis. There's trees, right? Because Manhattan is concrete jungle.
Right, right.
So
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no doubt. So that was my high school
Okay.
years. Yeah.
Wow. I think I moved over there on South Elliott around. It must have been around 81 because I know that's when I came. I was coming over y'all's houses, over your crib. You took a couple of few lessons with me. I
Yeah.
think you was going through something back then because I used to try hard to get you to smile. You wouldn't smile, smile that often. I was like, what am I doing wrong? But you was playing, so but
No. Yeah. No. I guess I was taking it serious. I was like, I was doing music in
yeah,
school. That
yeah,
was
yeah. No, you definitely was serious. Yeah,
yeah. That's what
yeah.
tripped me out. I'd get to go to school, and my second period was percussion. You know what I mean? My
Ah,
fourth
yeah.
fourth
Okay,
period
okay.
was
Yeah,
band. So
yeah,
I was just absorbing it. It was a lot. That at
yeah,
that
yeah.
time. You know.
That was a pretty deep period too in Brooklyn too, because like I think the block over from y'all was Kevin Eubanks. I was out there. Kelvin Bell was out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite a few people was kind of in that little area.
Yeah, Joseph
Um,
Jarman lived across the street from us,
Joseph Jarman was across the street.
and
Right,
Pharaoh
right, right,
Saunders lived on my third floor.
Yeah,
right. And then
exactly.
and around the corner from me was Betty Carter and Cecil Taylor. When
Wow.
I was over there on South Elliott, it was so much
Right.
happening, man.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then Osby. I remember Osby was on campus
Osby was
for a
over
while
there.
with
Lester Boyd was
Terry
on
Lynn.
Washington.
Yeah, it was a
Lester
lot.
Boyd was on
It was a lot.
Washington. It was a
And
lot
then
happening, man. It was
and then '83, the Tameden moved up the street. I don't know
right,
whose room at the time. You know,
right, right,
maybe
right.
Branford and them. Yeah, it was a lot going
Yeah,
on.
Branford and them had a spot on Washington as well, further up near Fulton.
Further up, exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, up near Fulton. And let me see. I want to say, I know around that same time too. A little bit later, Yoran Israel came
Mm.
because he was living on DeKalb and man, what's it? I can't remember that cross street. It's like 2 blocks back from Delphi. I can't remember the street, but anyway,
Hmm.
it was a lot of people in the area, man. It was quite beautiful.
Right. Right.
I'd be on
Yeah.
my bike and could run into everybody. It's like, oh man. But
Yeah.
plus, we were playing a lot of music. It was a lot of music happening back there. Hemp Hill was alive. I was doing some work with him. Um, it was just a lot happening. I
Yeah.
formed Third Kind of Blue. We did some gigs opening up for the World Sax Quartet in Europe, and
Yeah, I remember that.
out there, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
with John Purcell.
Exactly.
You know, yeah. You ever speak to John?
No, I
Oliver?
haven't. No, I have not in a long time.
Yeah, I saw him the year before COVID, and I talk to him every so often when he picks up. We
Oh,
could
okay.
get a good, yeah, we get a good 20 minutes in, great regular conversation, but then he goes to that
Yeah,
place.
Reggie Workman told me that he spoke to him not too long ago as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, Gene, I got to ask you another question because I
Yeah.
know you had, but I wasn't sure. We did a great record with your pops and them. Where we were both on the record, and we both did different numbers with Fontella.
Mm.
Remember that?
I don't. Give me the period. Give me the year.
Oh, come on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me pull up the name of that record. Uh let me see. Oh, sax. Where's the recordings? I got it. I got it up now. I'm just trying to find these recordings because that was a great record.
What
And
we
I
talking about?
remember,
Are we talking about something in the '80s? This the '80s?
I believe it had to be or the early '90s.
Right.
Um, it had like a brownish type cover on it.
Oh,
Do
was
you
this?
remember Oliver?
I'm
This
trying to
was
think of the name of it.
this was a World Sax and Fontella was on the date.
Yeah, it was World
Yeah.
Sax and Fontella was on the date.
Okay.
Was it Breath
Yeah,
of Life?
you
Oh,
Breath
Breath
of
of
Life. There
Life.
you go.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
you remember?
Yeah, that was one of
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
tunes.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
yeah. You
remember the
played
year,
on
but
one of
yeah.
them, but then I played on one of them with that record. That was a great record, man.
Yeah.
That was a great record.
Yeah. Breath of
And then
Life.
I
Yeah.
was fortunate to have produced one of y'all's record, take it to the next level, and you had me do your tune was it Rio?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a bad tune, and I think that tune Wired is on that record.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to go back and start listening to these. I haven't heard them in a long time.
Yeah, me neither. But I remember the date because it was special for me.
Yeah.
I had just left Brazil, and you was like, go ahead, do what you need, make it sound like we in Brazil." So you gave me the whole leeway to go on and record all these different percussion instruments and everything. It came out really nice. We had
Okay.
um we had the brother who passed away, Donald Blackman on keyboards and Calvin Jones on bass.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Donald played on the one of the. Did he play? He did the tour. I'm sorry. He did the World Sax tour we did
yeah, he
in
did the tour.
'96.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Donald.
yeah.
Crazy talent. Crazy
Oh
talent.
yeah,
And a
crazy man.
good
We're,
spirit too. You know.
we're talking about this Laker, a phenomenal keyboardist. that was from Queens, New York,
Is
right?
it-
With all of the hit. Go ahead, Gene.
Yeah, no, he was, definitely coming out of the Jamaica funk, the Jamaica Boys, that whole thing,
Yeah,
which was connected to Marcus and Bernard Wright, and
right.
that whole crew,
Tom Brown, all of
Tom
those
Brown,
cats. Yeah,
exactly, coming
yeah,
out of
yeah.
out of Queens. So
But
yeah,
he loved McCoy. I remember
mm,
he used to
hmm
bug me about, man, how did McCoy play this? He'd say, bang, bang, boom. I said, just like you just played it.
yeah,
but, but he was the one who did it
yeah,
first.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Gosh, man,
yeah,
yeah. No, Donald was a talent, man. That big
yeah,
talent.
incredible. And can sing
Yeah,
funky too.
exactly. Yeah,
Funky brother. You remember the we did the what was that thing in Paris, Oliver? The big parade we did.
Oh,
It was part of Banya Blue, but
yeah, I
it was
remember
part of
that
that
parade,
big soccer thing. What
but
was
I can't
that?
oh,
remember the name of it.
this must have been in the '90s. I think that Africa went with you and Maya a day.
Yeah, it was one of
Yeah,
my and Africa. My took two of my daughters with me on that tour.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
that was we did a big thing out there. I thought it was part of the World Cup or something.
I think
They
it
had in
was.
yeah,
Paris.
yeah.
I
It
think it
was.
was
Yeah,
part
it's
of
part
the
Yeah,
of
it
the
world.
was.
World Cup, and it was coupled with the festival Banya Blue, and we did that big old parade. It was all kind of music, all kind of people. We was on a
Exactly.
float.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that
that
was
was
his
nice.
story.
It was. I wonder. We got. That makes me. I'm gonna go back and look for some. It's got to be some footage of all of that stuff somewhere. Because I
Yeah,
remember we got back to the hotel and they had like some stuff happening on the TV.
Hmm.
Well, I want to find all that stuff. I'm trying to archive all of these things, man. I did a tour with Sonny Rollins with Bob Cantrell and Pat Metheny. One of the biggest tours, or the best paying tour. Let me put it like that. Maybe not one of the biggest, but it was all recorded, and I can't find it anywhere. I'm trying to.
mm,
That's another mission I got. I'm trying to find.
Well, World Sax did a tour with Max Roach, and it was all
Right.
recorded, and I have no idea where it is. No
yeah.
idea. I do
You got-
remember that after the concert, Max Roach went to the filmmakers and took all the tapes himself. So
Oh,
maybe his family has
Raul.
them
Maybe
involved.
Raul got him.
Could be, but it was
Maybe Raul.
one of the most memorable things of concerts of my career. That particular tour of World
Hmm.
Sax playing with Max Roach. We had done several concerts with him and his group and Boom, which were great and
Right.
a lot of fun. But the most memorable thing for me was playing with Max, with the four of us and Max as the drummer.
Nice.
Hey, you guys,
Yeah, I gotta.
I'm gonna turn my camera off real quick, but I'm gonna keep moving here because I gotta get out of
Okay.
here. But
Oh yeah,
you
well, we're
you'll
not
still
gonna go too much longer, Gene.
yeah, no,
But
you still hear me, or I'll
okay.
hear you as well. So
Yeah, so I'm I'm just saying it's real important. I need to get that stuff, especially with the work I'm doing with the young folks. They need to understand, how impactful, the life in music it is, and how it could be for you because a lot of those experiences with you guys, absolutely,
Yeah,
they're
when I started out as a kid, I never knew that my saxophone would take me all over the world.
right, right,
Yeah. And while I'm thinking
right.
about it, I'm changing the subject a little bit. There's a group, there's an arts group in Pittsburgh called City of Asylum, and
Hmm.
they grant asylum to writers who have been exiled from their countries, and they have a street in Pittsburgh where they have 6 or 7 houses that they built, and they ask different artists to make designs for their houses, and they asked me to design
Oh
one of the
wow.
houses, and this house they call the
Oh,
Jazz
look at
House,
that. Oh
and
yeah, I've seen that.
the organization is called City of Asylum,
Okay. Yeah.
and I
That's
put
beautiful,
artwork
man.
in the house. I put a saxophone that I painted and put a uh, a speaker in the bell. And when you ring the doorbell, my music plays out of the speaker or the bell of the saxophone in the house.
Ah, that's
Oh
bad.
wow, how neat.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
the group is
is
called
that
City of Asylum.
Laker? You want to try to pull it up right quick? I got to get my plug. My laptop is dying. I'll be right back.
But that particular group presents a yearly concert called Jazz and Poetry, and and I've been going there for the past 15 years with various groups of mine playing at the Jazz and Poetry Festival. I stopped about 3 years ago was the last time I went, but prior to that, I went 15 years consecutively with the various
Oh,
ensembles that I played with. The World Sax played
hey,
there. I played there with Trio 3 and Jerry Allen. Played there with my big band, my 17-piece big band several times.
okay.
And it's an incredible organization. And it's interesting to
Did
see
Kevin
those
Amos?
houses as well. What?
Does Kevin Amos have anything to do with them?
I'm not sure. I don't recall.
You okay? Because he brought me down there when I did a couple of duet things with Henry Grimes,
Okay.
where I was playing a lot of percussion and Henry was playing his bass and violin and poetry.
Uh-huh.
And it was built like jazz and poetry. I don't know if they had anything to do with it. That was back in man, I can't even remember. I think it had to be at least a little, probably around 15 to 16 years ago.
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
have been. I'm not sure.
yeah.
But they do a
Okay,
yearly
yeah.
concert there called Jazz and Poetry.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's nice. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna reach out to them too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of things in Pittsburgh. There was also a group in Pittsburgh called oh man, it was a dance company that gave live concerts that I used to do some things with. I took my band there about 3 or 4 times. Um, um, something about upstairs, the loft
Hmm.
upstairs. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Um, and they were a dance company that invited my band. We played, and they would do different choreographs and free improv dancing. Yeah,
Oh, great. Yeah, I had a
yeah,
great
yeah,
time all those years going to Pittsburgh. It was like a
yeah.
second home for me at a certain point.
Okay, so I know
Yeah.
Tommy Campbell ran up on you, right? I mean, Tony Campbell, the alto saxophonist out there. You know
I
Tony?
can't, no, I know, I don't remember.
Oh
I don't
wow,
recall.
he must have missed that because he's an alto saxophone player. He went to Berkeley. When I met him, he was at Berkeley. I was with McCoy,
I can,
but he
it's
runs like
possible I could have met him, but I don't recall at this
right, right,
particular time, Ronnie.
yeah, yeah. He runs a jam session every Saturday out there out of some hotel. He's been
Uh-huh.
doing it for a long time. Can
Uh-huh.
play too. Tony's bad. Yeah. Well, we gonna wrap it up because I know Gene's got to get ready, and I really, really, really appreciate you guys being here with us. This is gonna be where can they see it after the fact, Laker?
They can go to our YouTube. That's on our Facebook, City Jazz Sessions Facebook, and find it there. Um, we can send the link out, but the best place is to go to City Jazz Sessions Facebook. That's the easiest
On
to
Facebook.
find.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Great. Great.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Hey, Gene, are you still with us? Okay, well we're gonna
No,
okay, well
hello.
we're
No,
gonna
I'm
say
here.
our good.
No,
Oh,
I'm
he's
here.
here.
Oh, we're gonna say our goodbyes, man. Anything
All
else
right.
you want to say before you're gone?
No, other than I don't know if you guys got a chance to play that link or that latest release I have, uh, called "Head to the Sky" with Jan Prox, and
Okay,
also like my father mentioned, that's his artwork. Like I said, I have that on that record, and then my previously release as well. So that's the theme. So that's what's happening.
now, when you get your site back up and running, Gene, make sure you send me the link because we can add that later to the shows run. They'll be on YouTube, and like Leon, I think he says it's on Twitch and a couple of other places where people can see it after the fact, right? What we're
Hmm.
running into right now, one of the reasons why we couldn't play it, which we're working out now, I'm trying to talk with YouTube folks, is they flag us at time after the fact talking about copyrights.
Oh, right,
So
right.
that's for me, you know me, I want this to be multimedia. So if we want to pull up something, which we did at first, but some things started getting flagged in the earlier shows. So I have to figure out how we can, we have some kind of way where that's, because all I'm playing is our content, like the cats, like
Mm-hmm.
with, your songs and things like that, which we should have permission to do.
Right.
So we have to figure out the best format to do that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
once we get that together, of course, we're gonna have you back,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so we can do the multimedia thing and go a little bit longer and talk more in depth about other things that are going on. But right now, I'm eternally grateful for the both of you making time, because I know you're both super busy and wizards and and doing a lot
We
out here.
appreciate
So,
it, man. Thank you
Yeah.
for having
Thank.
oh
us.
yeah,
Yeah. Definitely,
yeah,
Ronnie. Thanks for having us on here on the City Sessions. So and I
absolutely.
guess
Promote.
I'll reach out to you on the back channel so we could talk about a few things. So
Oh, beautiful. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm looking forward, man. And
All
I'll
right.
send you guys the links once everything's get edited and stuff like that, so we can help. We all got to help promote everything that's going on.
Okay.
Okay.
And God bless you, and all the best to the tribe, the
All right.
Lake tribe, and I love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, man. All
Same
right.
here,
Good
man.
night. Good night, y'all.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
City Jazz Sessions is brought to you by St. Louis City Jazz, a 501c3 company dedicated to music education and appreciation. The CEO is Magic Man 50, and for more ways to connect with City Jazz Sessions, visit cityjazzsessions.wixsite.com/St. Louis. The City Jazz Sessions team includes host, content director, and guest coordinator, jazz great Ronnie Burrage. Follow Ronnie at ronnieburrage.biz. Host, website designer, graphic artist, content director, and guest coordinator, singing sensation Leica. Discover more about Leica at leicamusic.com. Additional production services are provided by Lions Den Productions. Go to thelionsdenstl.wixsite.com/home. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more great content.